Okay, so once again, I want to say thank you to every one of you for joining today. Of course, my name is John Kunyajayi, and I'm excited to have every one of you here today. Today is our eighth day in this should I say series or this class or this training, whatever it is that you want to call it. And I'm excited to have you all. I'm not taking it for granted for you joining. It's if you are not here, maybe I might just be doing this alone. I might be just be doing the recording, but it won't be as effective and it won't be as fun as I'm having it right now. And I'm very sure that each and every one of you are actually are learning one or two things, and I am excited that you are on here. So thank you so much. I'm not taking it for granted in any way. Okay, so having mentioned that, let us move on. Like we mentioned yesterday, that we all agreed yesterday that we are going to be looking at another tool. We have looked at about 4 or 5 tools, and I'm telling you, you all are doing fantastic because really, just like me, about a year ago, I didn't really I've heard of most of these tools, but really I didn't really put my mind in it until I got a new role that needed me to work with those tools, and I started learning. Okay, so now that you also are already learning this, I want to give kudos to you, and I want to say congratulations to you all, because I never tell your next job might actually require you to make use of all these tools. So having mentioned that, let us zoom in into what we are going to be talking about today. So today we are looking at Airtable, and if you permit me, let me share my screen. We are looking at opportunity of us being able to integrate our Airtable app, or you can say org, to Salesforce. So basically, that's what we want to learn today. But before we go into all that, like we always do, we want to do, like I call it a pep talk, because it's not really a stretch of knowing what Airtable is. I'll do a pep talk, go into the Airtable. I'll show you one or two things that are important to what we want to do. Then we start the integration if time permits us. If we are unable to finish today, then by tomorrow we should be done with the integration, but we will be as fast as possible. But I will also ensure that I don't rush it. If anybody asks questions, please go ahead and ask your questions so that you can actually get the most out of the class. Okay, so having mentioned that, let me begin to, I suppose you can see my screen.
Yes, we can.
Okay, all right. So like we always do, I need someone to volunteer. Who want to volunteer for us today? And don't tell me that Amara should volunteer for us again. Amara, you're welcome, but you're not the only one in the class, so they should allow
Hi,
you.
good
They should allow
morning.
you to rest it. So good morning, Amara. So good to hear your voice. Okay, so who is volunteering for us today? Renike, do you want to volunteer for us?
Okay, yeah.
Or are you busy? If you're busy, maybe you can
No, no,
find another
no.
person.
It's good. It's good. I can.
Okay,
I
all
can.
right. Thank you. Okay, thank you so much. We appreciate that. Okay, so like I mentioned earlier, we're going to be talking about Airtable, how we can actually integrate it into our Salesforce. So I've typed to it, understand Airtable for Salesforce Professional. Okay, and then moving. Okay, so the learning objective for this particular class for today is, at the end of it, you should be able to explain what Airtable is and why organizations actually use it. Different Airtable, differentiate Airtable from a Google Sheet and Excel. Understand what is a base, what is a table, what is a record, what's a field. Record and field are something that are actually the same thing like we know it in Salesforce, but we are still going to get there. Okay, so then understand how Airtable fit into the RevOps ecosystem, identify common scenarios where Airtable integrate with Salesforce, and then prepare for building an Airtable Salesforce contact integration. Okay, so we're not going to be integrating our Airtable with lead today. We're going to be using contact, so that you won't think that, oh, is it only lead that we can actually integrate with in Salesforce. No, 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 no. You can integrate it with any object, either it is a custom object or it is actually a standard object. So that's why we are shifting from lead into contact. Okay. And then of course, as time goes on, in fact, I'm preparing something that will actually make you to actually also do opportunity like we mentioned yesterday that we would like to have more or less like a project at the end of the class so that we all can actually learn firsthand all by ourselves. Okay, so the question is, what is Airtable? Like we have mentioned earlier, and I will continue to say it, I will say it over and over again because it is very, very important for us to say that Salesforce itself does not rely only on using Salesforce as a tool that they use. No. You can act. Uh, Thankfully, we have people in the ecosystem that are close to people that are uh, I will not say close. Maybe I will let me change the word that know people that are working in Salesforce itself. Okay, in the ecosystem that we have at least we don't have anybody. We have Ursula that works with Salesforce directly, that lives in South Africa. You can actually ask her. You can confirm what I'm saying right now. That okay, so you work with Salesforce. You heard from John that okay, John said Salesforce does not use only Salesforce products that she should explain to you and she will actually affirm what I'm saying. Okay, Salesforce itself as a company does not use only Salesforce. Okay, they use so many other tools. Okay, so such is also organizations. Okay, so no organization in the world is actually using just only one tool. Okay, so for example, sales might actually use Salesforce, marketing might use HubSpot, finance might use QuickBooks or Odoo or NetSuite or maybe some other ones or Sage or SAP, anything like that. Okay, and then operations might use Airtable. Operations might use Airtable. Okay, so uh, what is Airtable? The way I can say it is that Airtable is a spreadsheet with superpowers. You know, I told you yesterday that Airtable is just more or less like a spreadsheet, but has some super awesome power, and you're going to see them in action as we actually look at them. Okay, so it combines the spreadsheet simplicity with relational database capabilities, just like Salesforce actually has. Okay, so it enables record relationship, file attachment, assigned owners, native forms, automations, and hundreds of app integration without a code. And of course, we are excited because that is what we want. We don't want to write any code whatsoever. Okay, and then so why do many companies prefer to use Airtable? Why do they use Airtable? For so many reasons. Okay, instead of requesting custom developer applications, department can actually just in few hours or few minutes they can build their own customized operational system without knowing how to code without knowing how to code. Okay, so it is very, very easy to learn, and that's why one thing that I have also noticed, apart from the fact that we have mentioned yesterday, definitely, I think maybe not all of us, but at least quite a number of us yesterday, we affirmed to it that uh, Zap is much more easier to learn than Salesforce Flow, right? Okay, so one thing also that I've come to realize about all these particular tools that we have talked about so far is the fact that if you can actually learn Salesforce, if you have learned Salesforce and you know it, and you can actually, of course, you might not actually be able to do everything in Salesforce, so to speak, but because nobody is actually is able to do everything in Salesforce, okay? But you have some base knowledge of Salesforce. I'm telling you, all these other tools that we are talking about, they are much more easier to learn because really it is the architecture, architects and the developers that actually build Salesforce, that build Airtable, that build HubSpot, that build Shopify and things like that. Okay, And just like you are building a house, okay, the concept that somebody that can build a skyscraper can use, I mean, he knows how to build a skyscraper, okay, then it will not be difficult for that person to actually build a, a bungalow or a duplex. No. And I'm telling you, that's the way I see it, okay? You can actually know how to work with Salesforce. I'm telling you, all these other tools, they are very, very, very easy, okay? They're very, very easy to learn. Okay, so highly collaborative, just like you can do Google Sheets and you can actually collaborate with it. Like I've mentioned that Google Sheets is much better than traditional Excel, although Excel right now has gone cloud as well. Okay, so highly collaborative, you can co-author the particular table that you're working with and things like that. And of course, the one that I love so much, and I believe that every one of us in this school actually love this, is that there is no coding. And I think Anne is excited about that. Aren't you, Anne? Anne, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Okay, I know you're excited about that, right?
That's true.
Okay, so of course, all of you have actually used Excel and Google Sheet before to manage stuff. So you find Airtable very, very interesting. All right, so common developmental use cases, of course, I think I've mentioned this that we not be repeating ourselves. And now, this is where I want every one of you to pay attention. Please pay close attention. It's very, very important because if you miss these, you might have to be asking me a question again and again and again. So please pay attention here. So now, Airtable technologies. In Airtable, we have something that we call Workspace. It's not here. Now we explain. Okay, Workspace in Airtable. So what's a workspace? A workspace is a sub-org inside the main Airtable org. Renike, am I communicating?
Yes, you are.
Do you understand what I just said?
Not
Or
really.
is confusing? Okay, yeah, yeah. This was professional. Okay, yeah. As a professional, I want to know if anybody knows this that if you work in an organization whereby you're working in the same organization, for example, but you have more than one Salesforce org. Anybody like that? Have you ever worked in such an organization? In the same organization, you have more than
No.
one Salesforce org. Anybody?
No.
Jagadish, okay. Am I the only one that has experienced that? Jagadish, have you experienced that? Amara?
Yeah. In my company, we have
No.
more than one org.
Okay, who's speaking?
Nathan.
Nathan. Okay, fantastic. Fantastic. You have more than one org. Fantastic. Any other person? Okay, no other person. Okay, great. All right, so let me tell you, of course, for those of us that we are new to Salesforce, of course, I also in those days I used to believe that it's just one org since it's just I'm working with Google, then Google we have just only one org. No, no, and I say no. Okay, in most cases, okay, companies have more than one org. They have more than two orgs. They have more than three orgs. They have more than four orgs. Okay, so what they do is that there's uh a tool that we call Salesforce to Salesforce. Who knows about that?
First time
Nobody?
hearing.
First time hearing. I'm surprised. Okay, okay. I'm not surprised. I don't have to say I'm surprised. Okay, but who knows about that? Salesforce, Salesforce.
The two
This
systems
guys,
are both Salesforce.
there's a tool called Salesforce to Salesforce. Okay, all right. Don't let me actually drift too much. Okay, I'm just trying to explain the concept of workspace in Airtable. Okay, all right. So let me just stay with what we are talking about. Okay, so companies usually, not let me say usually, sometimes they have uh more than one org. Okay, so what they do is they use a tool in Salesforce called Salesforce to integrate the two orgs. So it can be working like just one org. Okay, but don't worry about that. This class is not for Salesforce, okay? All right, so another thing that you should also understand is that, I mean, now that we have explained that concept, just take that concept as it is. Okay, so Nathan is experiencing that it's not difficult for him, but some of you on the call, you are not experiencing that, so it might be strange to you, but no problem about that. Okay. Now, this is what I'm trying to say. Okay. Now, when it comes
Sorry,
to
Mr.
yeah,
Tunde. I want
John,
to ask
John
a
is my
quick
name. John, John, John,
Mr.
John,
John.
John, John.
Okay. I wanted to ask a quick question.
Okay.
Um, what's the use case for say having more than one org?
Okay. All right. That's very good. That's a very good question. What's the use case of having more than one org? Okay. Use case is sometimes the organization is big. That's one. Okay. And you know that when you have so much records or data, let me say record data inside Salesforce, it lags. Do you know that? Do you know that? Who's asking question? Is it not Anne?
Yes, please.
Do you know that it lags when you have so much data in
Yes,
one
so
org?
much data. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. That is one use case. Second use case is the fact that this company, I don't want to mention it. Let me use example. Let me just talk generally, okay? Because this is being recorded. Okay. Okay. So another use case is that a company might be might have been in operation and they decide to acquire another company. And this company that they are acquiring is already using Salesforce. Second case, right? Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Okay.
Yeah.
But
All right.
then there is no way to maybe say integrate what they already have. So the current, okay, they will still need the two of them.
There's still two of them. Okay. At the end of the day, they might decide if really the company is not that big and they believe that if they put all the data in one org, okay, it's going to work as expected. Okay. They might decide to churn out the other org. Okay. But as time, I mean, at the very beginning, they will still be using the two orgs. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does.
Okay,
Thank
all
you.
right, great. And then there are another use cases that okay, of course, because the company is big, okay, so each department now have their own Salesforce org. Okay, because the company is big. So I think I've mentioned that. Okay. So those two cases, I think they are enough for you. All right, so can we move on?
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome. All right, so now talking about workspaces, because this is very important. This one is very important. That's why I'm actually dwelling on it. Okay, so you will not be asking me a question again as we move on into yet because you're going to say something like that. That's why I'm dwelling on this. Okay, now in Airtable, we have what to call workspace, and a an organization can actually have more than one workspace. Just like the example I gave earlier, that this organization is big using Salesforce and they have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Salesforce orgs. Okay, so they have they can in Airtable allow organization to have more than one org, so to speak, which is actually like a workspace. All right, so that is that we have explained workspace now. Now let us now go to the next in line. After workspace, we are going to call a base in Airtable. Base. So the question, what's a base? A base, if you look at it from the angle of being a Salesforce professional, a base is like an app. In Salesforce, we can have so many apps, right? Am I communicating, Renika? Renika, you have to talk to me,
True.
please.
Yes, you
Okay.
are. Yeah.
You can have so many apps. Okay. If you open your org right now, you will see um the standard apps that Salesforce actually give to you straight away. But you can actually build your own app with through like Lightning app, right? Lightning app
Yes.
builder. Okay, so you can
Yeah.
build your own app and things like so. So a base is an equivalent, so to speak, of an app in Salesforce. All right, so it's a container holding all related operational data tables. All operational data tables. Okay. Now, after a base, then we have what we call a table. An equivalent of a table in Salesforce is what we call an object. Am I communicating?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so a table stores a specific object type. Okay, it stores customers, cost account, opportunity, contacts, anything at all. Anything at all, it stores them, right? Okay, and of course, a record is something that you know, and a field is something that you know is equivalent, the same thing for a Salesforce as a record and as fields inside the record. Okay, so record is the row, and then field in the record, are the columns. Okay, so I think that concept is much, has been explained because we explained that concept when we integrated with Google Sheets. All right, so and then a view, what's a view? A view is just like a list view that we have in Salesforce. Let's move on. Any question based on this?
Not for me.
Okay, all right. Any other person? Any question? I guess none.
No, there's no question. It's just so if we are relating it with what is on Salesforce, a workspace is an org, a base is an app, a table is an object, record field is a field, and then
Yes.
a view is a list view. Okay.
Yes, fantastic. Fantastic. That's a very good recap. Thank you so much. All right. So there is this particular field in Airtable that is very important. It's called primary field. Okay. Just like in Salesforce, you have name field, right? Or let's say last name on contact or last name in on leads, right? Okay, that should never be blank. Okay, so the same thing goes for the primary field. Is the first column you're going to be seeing. Don't worry, when we get there, you're going to see it. Because the first column is Airtable and it's called primary field. It helps users recognize and identify records, much like name field on many Salesforce objects. However, the true unique is not the unique identifier. Okay, the true unique identifier is the automatically generated record ID. So this is actually similar to Salesforce record ID. So when building integration, we usually display the primary field for users. Okay, but API behind the scene, automation behind the scene is actually looking at the record ID, not the primary field. So please take note of that. All right, so Airtable versus Salesforce structural mapping. So I think I've explained this. A base is like an app, table is like object, record, field, and then list view. Okay. Oh, okay. So why integrate Airtable with Salesforce? I think we have already talked about this. Operation teams work in Airtable, while sales and customer service teams they operate in Salesforce. Okay. So automation bridges the gap seamlessly. Okay, seamlessly. Okay. So and then I was thinking about, okay, so should we actually integrate Airtable with Lead, or should we actually integrate with Airtable with a contact? Okay, I was actually thinking about that, and I realized that no, I think it's better for us to actually integrate with a contact, because look at it very well. Okay, if in Airtable, okay, what they are actually working on is not actually someone that's actually coming for the first time, so to speak, a prospect. No, they already know this particular person. So definitely, I think that's why I believe that uh, we should actually integrate this with contact and not with the lead. However, you can be in an organization and they might actually have a different approach to it. They might say, okay, you know what, integrate with this object, this object. Of course, that's a requirement. You have to fulfill it. Okay.
Yeah.
But I believe that contact is actually architecturally correct choice to actually do so with. Okay, so common integration use cases, customer onboarding, track operational onboarding steps in Airtable while automatically creating Salesforce contact for account manager. You have you have partners, okay, manage operational partner engagement in Airtable while keeping the core CRM partner records updated in Salesforce. Okay, then maybe there is events, okay, capture the identities, attendees form and event operation in Airtable, push confirm participant to Salesforce, right? Okay, so you can actually do that as well. And then project oversight, track operational deliverables while maintaining customer visibility in Salesforce. All right, so those are the common use cases that we can have. And then the benefit of integration, we have mentioned this over and over and over again. We're not going to be doing manual entry of data. Then there is cross team visibility. Okay, the operation is using Airtable, the sales are using Salesforce, okay, or the customer service is using Salesforce, okay, so that there can be actually synergy between the team. Then there is a need for us to actually integrate, and then there is faster onboarding when the contact appear immediately in Salesforce without, when contact is created in Airtable, then it can actually appear immediately in Salesforce without any administrative delay whatsoever. Okay, so data quality and feed mapping, like I've always mentioned this is quite important. Always, always, always ensure that you map the right kind of data with the data that is expected. Don't go and map a pick list feed with a multiple select pick list. Don't map the phone with an email. It's very important for you to do your data mapping or feed mapping effectively. And then I think I've explained a reward end-to-end workflow before, so there is no need for this anymore. And then this is just a takeaway. Any question, please? So far on what we have talked about, any question before we move into the table? Renika, I might stay audible.
Yes, you are.
Okay. Any question?
No.
Okay. I guess that we can move on then. Okay, so let us move into this second. Please confirm you can see my Airtable
Yes.
screen. Okay, fantastic. All right, so when you first come in into the have you logged into your Airtable? Everyone, please log into your Airtable. Renika, have you logged into your Airtable?
I'm doing that right now.
Okay, should we wait for you?
No.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. So when you actually log it into your Airtable, it brings you something like this. However, if you are just logging in, my actually encounter an AI telling you that, okay, you know what, let me help you to set up. Don't worry, just tell the AI that you should not worry, that won't set up yourself. Okay, just click the close button. It's going to close, and then you can actually the close button actually look something like this as well. Just close it, okay, so you can actually get here. All right. So when you come in, this is where you come into. And you can see this button that says create a workspace, right? Create a workspace, okay. And it's good for me to mention that I'm also building something like Airtable. Um, I'm, I'm, I'm building something like this. Okay, so when it's ready, I will let you know. So you can help me test. Renika, will you help me test? And it's ready. Hello? Am I
I'm here.
okay? All right, so
Yeah.
let's move on. Let's move on. So please click on create a workspace. Don't worry if they have created one for you before. I want us to create it anew. Okay, so click create a workspace. So what do we want to call our workspace? So let's call it RevOps space. You can call yours anything. It's fine. Now, who is having challenge creating workspace? I guess nobody. Nobody's having challenge creating a workspace. Okay, so click on this, create, and then click on this. Did you say that? Or I should do that again?
Please do it again.
Okay. Okay, so okay, so let me delete this I created. Okay, so are you here now? Are you on this UI?
Yeah.
Okay. Reniken, are you on this UI?
Um, yes, you can go ahead. Just go ahead. Don't worry.
Okay. Okay. I want someone that will follow along with me. Okay. Who is on this UI that can follow along with me?
I'm on the UI here where you created the space. Yeah.
Okay. Who is speaking, please?
Nathan.
Oh, Nathan. Okay. All right. Fantastic. Let's go. Let's go together, Nathan, please. All right. So can you see this button that says create?
Yeah.
Okay. Please click on it once.
Yeah. It has a build and yeah, exactly what you have here. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So click the right hand side that says build an app on your own. Just click on it once.
I've done that.
Okay. Do you have what I have right now?
It says here. Okay, hold on. Sure. I untitled base. Yeah. I have the same
Fantastic.
thing.
Okay. Oh,
Yeah.
fantastic. Thank you for confirmation. All right. So just click on this. Close Omni.
Mm-hmm.
This is their AI. Just close it. Don't need it right now.
Yeah.
All
Done
right.
that.
So now that you have closed, you have something like this, right?
Yeah. I have it.
Okay. So remember we said that a base is equivalent of what?
App.
A base.
App. App.
Okay. All right. So now let us now uh rename the base. Click here, this drop down.
Yeah.
Okay, and then now let us call it uh let's say let me just call it this. You can call it anything soft code app. Have you done that?
Yeah. I've done that. Yeah.
All right. So now you can now see a table, right? A table is equivalent to what?
Account,
Object.
an object.
An object.
Oh,
Fantastic. An object. So click on this drop down also beside the table one
yeah. You have
and
it.
click on rename table.
Brilliant too. Yeah. I've done that.
Okay, so let us call this contact. Have you renamed it to contact?
Don't have to save. Yeah. I've done that.
Okay, all right, good. Now, an object will always have a record, right? At least one record, right? So let us now
Yes.
create, let's create a record. Now, okay, before we do that, hold on, before you do that, don't create a record yet. Okay. Click on the empty space in under name, the first column under name. Click
Yeah.
on it, and then use your just scroll downward like this. scroll like this with your keypad. Okay, scroll like this, right? Can you do what I'm doing now, Nathan?
Am I dragging or I'm scrolling?
You don't have to scroll, just use your keypad to do this.
Oh, go to the
Okay.
right left.
You can just
Yeah,
use
I've
a
done
tab
that. Yeah.
as well. Okay,
Yeah.
fantastic. Okay.
Mhm.
All right. So now let us do this now. This status,
Mhm.
click on the drop-down arrow
Yeah.
and delete the field.
Delete the field. Okay.
Yes.
It's deleted.
Good. Then click on attachment, the last one,
Yeah.
and then delete the field as well. And
Deleted.
then click on yes, and then click on the second attachment and delete the field.
I've done that too.
Fantastic. Okay. Now you can create a new field. You know, these are fields now.
Yeah.
Name is a field, note is a field, assignee is a field. Okay, let's delete note as well. We don't need note right now.
Mhm. Deleted. Yeah.
Okay, good. Now what we have right now is the name and assignee, right?
Yeah.
Now you can create a field in two ways. You can either click the plus sign. Okay, you can either click the plus sign, or beside the, on the name field, you click on it like this, and then you click on insert rights.
Mhm.
Either way, you can actually create a field. Either way, you can actually create a field. Does that make sense?
Yeah. When you
Okay.
click inside right, then create a time.
Don't worry. I've not created anything. I'm just telling you
Okay.
two ways to
Okay.
create a
Yeah.
field.
Mhm.
Don't worry. Don't create a field now. Just hold on. I'm just telling you two ways to create a field. You can either click on this and click insert right, or click on the plus sign to add a field.
Yeah.
Okay. So either way is good. All right. So, but I think we should just do a simpler way, which is clicking the plus sign. Is that the easier way, right?
Yeah. It's clear. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So click on it. Now, okay, before we even create a field, let's go to our contact on Salesforce. Let's go to contact in Salesforce. So the question is, what are the fields that we need for us to be able to create a field? To create a
The
record,
required
sorry.
field.
Yes, what are the fields that we need to also create a record in Salesforce on contact?
Last
We
name for
need,
contact.
yes, we need last name. That's the only required field. Any other one can be blank, okay, but we need the last name, right? Okay, but of course, you just put a name alone might not actually speak well of you as an engineer, right? Okay, so let us actually ensure that we put a name, first name, last name, phone, and email. Those are very important. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So now let's go back to our Airtable. Okay. Now we want to create, we already have name here, right? Okay, so let us name this name now. Let's rename it. Click on this drop-down arrow and click on edit field. So let us rename this as last name. And then just click enter. Or first name, either one is fine. Have you done that?
Sorry.
Is anybody having challenge doing that?
Okay. Could you repeat yourself again? What are we
Okay.
changing?
We want to rename the name. It was there as a name before, right?
Yeah.
It was like this. This is the way it was. Now I want to rename it to last name or first name. Either one is fine.
Okay.
Now click on the drop down arrow, click on edit field,
Yeah.
and then rename it as last name and click on enter. Or if you are using a Mac, that should be on Mac, that's what return or something. I can't remember. But I'm using window, so on my system is enter. So once you do that, it's going to be renamed. Anybody having challenge with that?
No.
Nobody. All right, good. Now that we have renamed our field, click on the plus sign, add field, and then scroll downward and click on single line test. Single line test. Click on it once and then name it first name and click on enter on your system or whatever it is that is. And then you can move your what you just created right now to this side, just like you do on your Google Sheet. Anybody having challenge moving the field?
No, John.
Nobody. Okay, good. All right, so click on add field again, and then click on, now we want to create phone number, right? Click on phone number, and then just name it simply phone, or you can name it anything you want to name it, it's fine. And then click on enter. And then click on add field again. And then scroll downward, you're going to see email. Click on email, and then name it email. Or you can name it email address, whichever you want to name it. Who is having challenge creating all the fields? I guess nobody. Now let us move our field. Just move it. Move the phone beside the first name. Move the email beside the phone and leave the assignee. The assignee be the last field. Has that been done?
Yeah.
Okay. No questions so far, right? All right. Uh, Renike, are you still there with me?
Yes, I am.
Okay. All right. So now let us create last name for you. Let's assume that your last name is Test. Don't worry about that. No, nothing,
Yeah.
nothing, no Test. Okay. Now let us say your first name is Renike, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Then phone number. Let us say this is your phone number. Assume it is your phone number. And then your email is Renike at softcode.com.
Quick question.
And then I didn't get it.
Yeah, I said quick question.
Okay, please go ahead.
Okay, is there a way to put validations? You know how we have validation rules, how you want to restrict the kind of, if you want to get clean data, you want to restrict the kind of information you are getting and all of that to ensure
Yes,
one, no
there is.
duplicate, and then the length of the
Mhm,
numbers or
mhm.
the formation of
There
the
is.
characters.
There is.
Okay.
There is. Okay, but this we are not going to be doing all that right now because our time is fast spent, and then we just want to actually what the goal of this class is not to learn Airtable, so to speak. The goal of this class is integrating tools with Salesforce. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So if we want to actually learn Airtable as a tool, how to use it effectively without just the simpler things to do there, then that will be another class entirely.
Okay. Thank you,
Do you
sir.
understand that? But
Yes.
if you want to learn Airtable, of course, I'm always available. Okay, so
Thank
now
you.
click on assignee and then just click on your name. since you are the only one, you are the only user here, right? All right, so who have done this? I mean, who have not? Who is yet to actually do this? Who is having challenge with creating something like this?
I have a question. When you click the assignee, it should just be that should be the
Yes, just
original
your
user.
user. Yes, just a user. You are the only one on this org now. Any other question, please? Okay, so I guess there is no other question. Now let us uh start the beginning of the integration. So tomorrow we are going to actually continue with the integration because our time is fast. We have just only 7 minutes or thereabouts. All right, so let's go to our Zap now. All right, so you know the drill, right? When you first log in into your Zapier, then you are going to come here, right? So after coming here, click on the plus sign. You can create your Zap from here, right? Or click on Assets, then go to Zap. Okay, then you can create your Zap from there. Okay, but since we don't have a Zap uh for Airtable already, so we can just actually click on the plus sign, and then click on it once and actually create our Zap right away. All right. I hope we are all here. Renike?
Um, I wasn't following along. I had to sign in into my
Okay.
Airtable, so yeah.
Oh,
I
okay. All
was
right.
just
No
going to
problem.
walk in people.
Nathan?
Yeah, I haven't opened the Zapier
Oh,
account
Zap. Okay.
because
Okay.
I'm trying to open
Okay.
it, but it's okay.
Uh,
I haven't
okay.
opened one before.
Amara or Jagadish? I want someone that will follow along with me. Okay, so can we have you opened your Zap like this, Jagadish?
Yes, yes. I am in the
Okay,
same screen.
okay, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so like we always do, let us rename this and then name it Airtable
Table to SF.
Salesforce. Okay, now that we have done that, now that we have been able to rename our Zap, okay, so let us click on trigger. Okay, because I have used Airtable before, that I can see Airtable here, but just search for Airtable. So Airtable. Okay, Airtable. So the question is, what should trigger the event for our integration? Okay, it should be when a new record is created. New record. Okay, new record. Okay, and then uh okay, now let us quickly just uh connect the org. So click on sign in. Yours will be sign in. Mine is changed because I've actually into logged in into the org. Okay, or connect the org together. So let me click on this and then I click on the connect. So I can actually be the same. So yours will be signing. So here, click on connect, then ask for your permission, then click on grant access. Grant access. Everything you have access to, grant access. Okay. Now it should be connected. Am I correct? Jagadish?
Yes, John. While connecting, I have it's asking for choose what Zapier can access. Everything you have to access, custom access.
Yes. Yes. Not custom access. Everything you have access to, that's what you should actually pick and then click
Okay.
grant access.
It's not highlighting to Click that grant access.
Okay. Okay. Anybody has able to do that? Amara? Is Amara still on this call? Okay, Kingsley has done that. Fantastic. Amara, are you still on this call? Okay, so maybe Amara stepped out. Alex?
Sorry, I heard my name.
Yes, Amara, have you connected your Airtable with your Zapier?
Okay, so I've not been following, to be honest.
Oh,
I
okay,
plan
all right.
to, yeah, my
Okay,
Airtable looks different, and I want to
okay,
say it, but I'm like, let me not stop the class. So I'll figure it out and I'll watch the
okay.
record.
Of course, you figure it out. You're a senior developer, so you figure it out. Okay, Alex, I want to come. Okay, anyway, Kingsley said that is has been connected, so but I think Kingsley is in the office as well, so he can actually speak out. Okay, so that's why it's not speaking out. But at least Kingsley mentioned that he has connected is, so fantastic. Okay, so if you find difficult to connect, don't worry. Just but the video will be ready. Once it's ready, I will post it out. I sent out a mail yesterday. I hope you all received it. A mail saying that a a playlist has been created for this particular class. Who has received it? Who has not received? I mean, who has received the mail? So I can be sure that the mail went out eventually.
Yeah, I
Nobody
got
received the
them.
mail. Oh,
I
you
I
got
got
the
them.
mail.
I got
Oh,
them.
you did. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. So, this video also that we are recording right now will actually be added to the playlist, so they can actually go there and watch it. Okay, now our Airtable has been connected and everything is always saved automatically, so we don't have to press Control Save or we have to don't have to press the button Save. Okay, so now we have connected our Airtable. Tomorrow we will continue with the class. Let me stop sharing and let me ask if there is any question so far. Any questions so far on what we have discussed today, or maybe things that we have discussed before now? Okay, and then okay, Femi, are you speaking?
No, I think that is all clear. There's no question
Oh,
on
it's
my
all
end.
clear. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Okay, so and I mentioned that something earlier. I said that Salesforce is like building a skyscraper, and then all these other tools are just like building a bungalow as an architect. So you know how to build a skyscraper. It should not be difficult to build a bungalow. Am I correct to say that, Nathan?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All right. Amara, do you want to say something about that? Okay. Amara said he has not been actually doing anything anyway. But do you think that it's actually good? We are doing top ups. When you are doing top up on the what you are recording, your top up will not actually show. So people will not know that maybe it's difficult or not. So you have to speak out.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So Anne, what do you think?
No, I think it's very relatable.
Relatable. Is it
Yes,
easier than Salesforce?
yes, it's just like using Google spreadsheets. The
Google
only
spreadsheet.
difference is that that you get to do more, and then you can do more integrations, BI, and all of that based on what you had said. Because I think I saw it sometime on LinkedIn, so I tried it, and then I was able to create a table, but then I didn't really know where to go from what I just used the basic table knowledge from Google spreadsheet to try
Okay.
my hand out. But from the class, at least I can see more room to explore. So
Okay. Great. I'm happy to hear that. Thank you so much, Anne. All right, I want another guy to speak. A lady has spoken for the ladies. Um, Anybody want to say something? Um, Kingsley, are you able to speak? Or Femi? Femi? The guys are not speaking today. What happened?
You're no more
I was
recording, right?
on, I was on that screen.
I'm still recording.
That's
I'm still
okay.
recording. Nathan?
No, it was something out of the class. So Irrelevant.
Okay. Okay, it's relevant. Okay, you want me to stop recording? Okay, all right. So thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate that. If you want to stay to hear what Nathan have to say, then you can stay. But if you don't want to, you can actually just
It was
go.
about
Okay, then hold on, let me stop recording. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. Really appreciate. Do have a wonderful,
Hi, John.
wonderful day.
Sorry, I didn't get the email. I just thought to say it. I didn't
Okay,
get
all
the
right.
email.
I will send the mail. Let me just stop
Okay,
recording
thank
for
you.
now, right? Quickly. Thank you.